Okay, now shifting our scope to other series in the semifinals, we got Clippers and Spurs. Game 1 tips off tonight. Thoughts, predictions?
Clippers are gonna get blown out by 40.
Oh,
No,
I don't
this is
think
my
so.
Laker bias.
I don't think so. I don't believe that.
I don't know. My Laker fan in me hopes it does, but no. It's fun. It's exciting for LA to have both the Lakers and the Clippers in the playoffs in the second round. But I want to see how San Antonio responds to this challenge, though. They haven't been. I don't think they have started the playoffs yet because Utah didn't really push them. But I think the Clippers now with Chris Paul could push them or could challenge them somewhat and make them make San Antonio show what they're really made of. Because now Tony Parker was in the MVP race, and so was Chris Paul. And people are arguing who's the better point guard now, whether it's Tony Parker or CP3. So I think if Tony Parker, this is his series to really make a name for himself even more and take out Chris Paul and show the world that he's a better point guard than Chris Paul right now. But I expect Chris Paul to come out swinging though. I love Chris Paul, especially in that Memphis series in the fourth quarter. He took over every single fourth quarter in that series. So I expect that. And I expect Blake Griffin to either show up and be the player people think he is, or be the overhyped player that I kind of think he is.
For me, it's going to be important to see who wins the battle of the benches. I think both teams have shown that they have very resilient benches. The Clippers last series, you had guys like Reggie Evans and Randy Foye step up.
Nick Young.
Not guys you would expect, but they put together a very nice series, and it's going to be interesting to see if that momentum translates into the Spurs series. And the Spurs bench has been deep all season long. Steven Jackson, Diop, Neal. These are all guys that are...
Splitter, wasn't it
Thiago Splitter. All right. So it's going to be interesting to see who wins that battle. I want to see that Reggie Evans Matt Bonner matchup. Very compelling.
Watch Reggie Evans flop.
Oh man, I love it. But yeah, this is the first test that the Spurs have had, I think. And rust, which I think is always a stupid reason to give an advantage to somebody, but I do think that it kind of comes into play here.
Not this one though.
You
Because
don't
you
think
have
so?
Popovich, the coaching the Spurs.
Fair enough, but like I mean, the Clippers, they just play a completely different play style than the Jazz do. The Jazz are more half court, pass the ball into Jefferson. Clippers, they're running gun, and the Spurs, they have mixed age talent, but at the end of the day, I think the core is up there in age. So it's going to be interesting to see how that team reacts to that change in philosophy.
Yeah,
So.
I just want to see Chris Paul and Tony Parker go at it though. I think that'll be a fun matchup.
It's going to be a great matchup, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for.
The battle for who deserves that third spot in the MVP.
Yeah, and the second spot.
Second spot in the MVP.
Yeah, third, because they're almost second. Yeah, third spot in that MVP race. So
yeah.
You never know. I mean, Chris Paul. I think the Clippers are going to win the game. I think only because I have respect for Chris Paul, so I'll give the Clippers a game. But I don't know. For LA fans, it'd be great. Imagine having Clippers and Lakers in the conference finals.
Imagine it, because that's the only.
Yeah.
It only happened in your
you have PlayStation 3. You could watch it that too.
NBA 2K12.
Yeah.
Do it. But yeah, no. Look. Earlier, before the playoffs started, and I saw the seeding, I thought that the Clippers had a chance against the Spurs. I had them winning in maybe 7.
The Clippers?
Yeah.
Beating the Spurs.
I don't know.
But yeah, have the Lakers.
I might redact that now, but I just think the Clippers' play style is, it plays into the Spurs' weaknesses. But then again, because they're quicker. But then again, I don't know what the Spurs' weaknesses are anymore, or their strengths for that matter, because their play style shifts so much that and that's the beauty of watching teams coached by Popovich, because you never, just when you think you have the team understood, you don't.
Yeah. Well, the only reason, I'll give you credit for that prediction or that crazy position you have, is because Chris Paul, when he was with the Hornets, gave the Spurs all they can handle back in the day. So that's only, I won't count out the Clippers because of Chris Paul. Because they have that guy, you can never count him out. Because I think Chris Paul could just have a great series and just totally take over Tony Parker, and they could pull off a win with Nick Young and Randy Foye getting hot. And Blake Griffin actually showing up and being able to hit that 15-foot jump shot. They had Kenyon Martin they could have out there. There's a lot of energy. Reggie Evans, he came up big in the last series. I know we joke about that, but he came out. He's one of the main reasons why they won. He's able to play great defense on Zebo and get timely rebounds that the Clippers needed to clinch wins. So this Clipper team, if anything, is a resilient team. I mean, they never quit. They always play with heart, with effort. They hustle for everything. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Although I still have the Spurs winning it, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes a 6 or 7, only because of Chris Paul. So that's the only reason I give the Clippers any shot, because of Chris Paul. And he should have been the Laker point guard. I'm still better about
and
that.
we have
basketball reasons, really? Basketball reasons? Come on.
We have yet to mention Manu Ginobili, who's healthy this year. It's good to have him on the court as opposed to sitting on the bench in street clothes.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a player that the Clippers, I think, should be afraid about.
Yeah. And then
because they don't have anybody to guard him. They have...
Well, Randy Floyd
cannot guard Manu Ginobili. I'm sorry.
Butler.
With one hand. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. So I'd expect Ginobili to have a nice little series.
Yeah, another good thing matchup is Tim Duncan versus Blake Griffin.
Oh, I know you said you wanted to see something happen.
I'm just saying, Tim Duncan, that's my favorite player.
You want to see Blake Griffin get embarrassed.
I do.
Watch his post moves get diminished.
I want Blake Griffin to watch Tim Duncan and realize that's how you play that's how you play in the NBA. That's how you become a power forward.
It's like flashy versus non-flashy.
It's called championships versus just a highlight reel. That's what it is. Talk about winning rings and being on Sports Center every week, every day. I'll take Tim Duncan's game any day over Blake Griffin.
That is pretty awesome. The most Sports Center relevant player against the most not. You'll never see Tim Duncan on Sports Center on a highlight.
But you'll see him on Sports Center in the intro when they're holding up that trophy.
How many years ago was that?
I don't know, about like 07, so like 5 years.
5 years ago.
But he said it's 4. I don't know, but I still prefer Tim Duncan over Blake Griffin, because Blake Griffin to me still has to show me he could hit that 15-foot jump shot. If he starts hitting that, I'll take him more seriously. I do like his energy. I like the fact he's a great. He entertains the people. He's a great dunker, great in-game dunker as well. But he needs to show me more. He needs to show me he could also rebound the ball. I mean, he's had games where he only gets like 4 rebounds, and he's a power forward. That cannot happen. You cannot be a power forward and only get 4 rebounds. So.
Yeah. Oh, and before I mention this, DeAndre Jordan, who has lost almost all of his time to Reggie Evans, play to that multi-million-dollar contract, please. Play to your expectations, because he's been terrible. Yeah. Terrible.
He's a great dunker, though.
He's a great dunker.
I'm telling people, all the bandwagon fans, come on.
The Golden State Warriors still want him, though. So, yeah, Clippers... Spurs should be a good series.
Yeah, watch out for Tim Duncan hitting that 15-foot off the bank.
Bank
shot. Bank shot. Yeah.
Call your banks, everybody. Call your banks.
Yeah, it's always open.